สวัสดีครับ
Sawadika. This is an introduction to the sounds and writing system of the Thai language. You'll hear about the invention of Thai script. You'll see how Thai letters are written. You'll become familiar with the main sound patterns and basic units or phonemes of the spoken language. And then you'll learn how the writing system represents these sounds. Finally, there'll be an inventory of the 44 Thai consonant letters and of the vowel symbols and other signs. Thai is a member of a large language family which includes Lao or Laotian, Shan, spoken in Burma, Zhuang, spoken in China, and other varieties from northeastern India to the island of Hainan. By about 1,000 years ago, these languages were spreading across the northern part of Southeast Asia. In the area which is now modern Thailand, Thai speakers came into contact with the indigenous Mon and Khmer. These people had already been using scripts based on Indic writing systems for the classical languages Pali and Sanskrit. These scripts were written from left to right, using an alphabet of consonant symbols, to which vowel signs were added as modifications. Some vowels were written after their consonants, as in English, but others were written over, under, or even before. Words were written together with no spaces between them. In addition to stone inscriptions, palm leaves were used for written texts. It was natural for the Thais to experiment writing their own language in similar ways. Exactly how this began is now the subject of some debate, but here's the traditional Thai account. A centre of Thai power was the town of Sukhothai. It was here that 700 years ago, King Ramkhamhaeng is said to have devised the Thai writing system and had it used on the first Thai inscription. This event was recently celebrated in Thailand, and as part of these celebrations, Her Highness Princess Sirindhorn presented a model of the inscription to the Australian National University.
ได้จัดทำขึ้นเพื่อให้เป็นที่ระลึกแก่มหาวิทยาลัยและสถาบันการศึกษาในต่างประเทศที่สอนภาษาไทยหลักปราจารึกหลักจริงอยู่ที่พิพิธภัณฑ์สถานแห่งชาติกรุงเทพซึ่งถือว่าเป็นจารึกที่เก่าที่สุดที่ใช้ภาษาไทยเขียนปัจจุบันนี้ภาษาไทยและตัวอักษรไทยได้เปลี่ยนแปลงไปเป็นคนในปัจจุบันไม่สามารถอ่านได้เข้าใจแต่เราก็ยังถือว่าจารึกหลักนี้เป็นหลักฐานแรกของหนังสือไทยเขียนขึ้นมาเมื่อ700 ปีมาแล้ว
Thank you very much.
Through its history, the Thai writing system has departed somewhat from that of the first Sukhothai inscription, especially in superficial detail. But also in the 700 years since Thai became a written language, the spoken language has evolved considerably in its own way. Some consonant sounds have almost certainly merged together, and this has affected the tonal nature of the syllables. Here's a likely hypothesis. 700 years ago, certain similar words were probably distinguished by different beginning consonant sounds. But now these words have come to have the same consonant sounds, and they're distinguished instead by different tones.
ฝัน ฟันฝันฟัน
As you study Thai, if you begin to wonder why some aspects of the writing system seem complex or arbitrary, keep in mind that the spoken Thai language has undergone changes of this kind, while the spelling system of the written language has remained relatively conservative. Also, words loaned into Thai from Pali, Sanskrit, English or other languages may be spelt to reflect their non-Thai etymology, but pronounced to accord more with the modern Thai sound system. Now we'll see how to write some Thai words. Here's ma to come.
มออามาโนอานานาชออาชาชา
Short name for a Thai consonant is its consonant sound followed by the sound or.
มอโนชอมอโนชอ
Vowels can be referred to simply by the vowel sound or else with the word sara, meaning vowel, followed by the sound.
สระอาสระอาอา
All Thai consonants but two have small circles or heads, and so do several vowels. Write these letters beginning with the head. Do this even though it means making an upward stroke.
วออาวาวาวาปออาปาปาปาตออาตาตาตา
Now you'll see printed forms for these consonants and hear the full name of each one. The full name is the consonant's sound followed by a standard item that uses that letter in its spelling.
ชอช้างตอเต่านอหนูปอปลามอม้าวอแหวน
If a letter has a head, it's an important part, not just a decoration. Notice whether the head is facing upwards, downwards, to the left or to the right.
ดอดอเด็กคอคอควายกอกอไก่พอพอสำเภาถอถอถุงพอพอพาน ผอพึ่งฟอฟันฝอฝาบอใบไม้ปอปลาดอเด็กคอควายกอไก่พอสำเภาถอถุงพอพานผอพึ่งฟอฟันฝอฝาบอใบไม้ปอปลา
Another thing to notice is whether a letter has an extra indentation or not.
ตอเต่าดอเด็กคอระฆังมอม้าชอช้างซอโซ่ทอมนโททอทหารดอชดาตอประตักตอเต่าดอเด็กคอละฆังมอม้าชอช้างซอโซ่ทอมนโททอทหารดอชดาตอประตัก
In some cases, strokes or tails distinguish separate letters.
บอใบไม้สอฤาษีคอควายสอศาลาลอลิง สอเสือขอไข่ชอช้างฟอฟันรอจุฬาออ่างหอนกฮูก
Here are some further items to distinguish.
ทอทหารหอหีบวอแหวนออ่างจอจานงองูทอธงรอเรือสระโอทอทหารหอหีบวอแหวนออ่างจอจานงองูทอธงรอเรือสระโอ
Some vowels, like sara'a, are written after their consonants as within.
ตา
Others, like sara'o, are written before but pronounced after.
โต
Still other vowels are written over.
ตี
And others under.
ดู ตา โต ตี ดู
We'll have a list of these later on. Now we'll turn to the Thai sound system. We'll use a phonetic transcription, but you'll also be seeing at least one way each sound is represented in the Thai writing system. Other ways will be taken up later. A Thai syllable begins with an initial consonant sound or consonant cluster, has a vowel sound and a tone. In addition, there may or may not be a final consonant. There are 21 consonant sounds. Some of these you'll have no trouble producing.
บอ ดอ ฟอ ซอ ฮอ มอ นอ วอลอยอชอ
In the absence of any other consonant, a glottal stop sign marks the beginning of a syllable. For an English speaker, this will be like starting with a vowel sound. In Thai writing, there's a separate letter of the alphabet for the glottal stop.
ออา
The ng sound, as in sing, is treated as a single unit. In English, this sound only occurs at the end of syllables, but in Thai, it can also be at the beginning.
งางางา
This sound is called a velar nasal. You use the back part of your tongue to make contact rather than the tip.
งางางา
In the phonetic transcription, th is always the sound t, as in Thai, never th. Also, ph is the sound p in pi, not f. These sounds, along with kh, k, and ch, ch, are called aspirated. This means when they are made, they have an automatic puff of air. Thai also has corresponding unaspirated sounds without this air puff, and if you're a native speaker of English, you'll probably need some practice with these.
ปอตอจอกอ
This is because similar unaspirated stop sounds never begin words in English. English has them, but only as special automatic variants. They occur as the second members of a cluster, such as sp, sp. If I say spin, 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 the p sound has no puff of air. But if I say pin, there's clearly an automatic puff. In Thai, there are different letters to represent these sounds. They both occur as initial consonants, and they're important in distinguishing different words.
สปินพินปินพิน
These unaspirated consonants in Thai are also tense and voiceless. That is, when you first start to say them, there's no vibration in the vocal cords.
ป้าบ้าป้าบ้า
Try distinguishing these three words.
ผ้าป้าบ้า
Here's a similar set.
ทีตีดี
The letters C and K in translation are also tense and unaspirated and don't occur in English to begin words. English speakers may try to substitute the familiar English J, J and hard G, G sounds, but imitate these sounds more accurately and you'll have a better Thai accent.
จอจากอกอ
Two final points about consonants. After a vowel, in syllable final position, only 9 consonant sounds are permitted by the Thai sound system. There are also severe restrictions on consonant clusters. In normal Thai words, only a dozen or so occur initially, and none can occur finally. Now we'll turn to the vowel sounds. Thai has 9 long vowels, 9 corresponding short vowels, and 3 long diphthongs. Here are the long vowels.
อีอืออูเอเออโอแออาออีอืออูเอเออ
the short ones.
I, U, U, E, O, O, A, O, I, U, U, E, O, O, A, O.
And the difference.
Ear, 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 ear.
There are also combinations when the final sounds w and y.
Ow, 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 ew, ew. I, oi, 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 ơi, ơi, ui, 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 ươi, ươi.
Some of the vowels may sound similar. Practice distinguishing these items.
Som, 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 som. Sơ, sư, xưa. Sơ, sư, xưa.
Some items are distinguished by long and short vowels.
Sai, 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 sai. Sai, 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 sai. Sai, 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 sai.
Now we'll take up the 5 Thai tones. Sound spectrograms give us an idea of how these tones are relatively different in pitch.
Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
Here are some contrasts.
Ma, 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 ma. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. ใกล้ ไกล ใกล้ ไกล น้ำ 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 ปลา 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 ปลา
In this section, you'll learn how tones are represented in Thai script. This tone chart gives an overview of the system. We'll start with the basic rules for words of one syllable. If you see such a word written in Thai script, to determine the tone, you'll need to answer 3 types of questions. First, is the word marked with a tone mark or not? There are 2 major tone marks called my ek, my to. In addition, there are 2 less frequent or minor tone marks called my tree, my chatawa. Tone marks are written over a consonant and usually slightly to the right. If a word has no tone marker, we call it unmarked. And then we need to ask a second question, is it open or closed? We'll call a word closed if it's in one of the stopped sounds, transcribed as final P, final T, final K, or final glottal stop. The final glottal stop is an automatic part of words ending in a short vowel sound. All other words are considered open. In the Thai language, the closed-open distinction is referred to more picturesquely. Words are said to be dead or alive. Now you can recognize a word as unmarked, which is subdivided into open or closed, or else as marked. Next, to determine the tone of a word, you'll need to know something about the first consonant letter. The 44 Thai consonant letters are divided into 3 classes. This is for historical reasons mentioned in Part 1. For each class, the tone rules work in a different way, and the tone chart will show this. To make matters easier here, we'll first look at the most common letters in each class. Here's Class 1.
Ko, Ko, Jo, Jo, Do, Do, To, To, Bo, Bo, Po, Po, O, O.
Here's Class 2. Notice that these Class 2 letters are named with a rising tone. You'll see why in a moment.
Ko, Ko, Cho, Cho, To, To, Po, Po, Fo, Fo, So, So, Ho, Ho.
The remaining consonants are in Class 3, named with a mid-tone.
Ko, Ko, Cho, Cho, To, To, Po, Po, Fo, Fo, So, So, Ho, Ho, Mo, Mo, Wo, Wo, No, No, Ro, 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 Ngo, Ngo, Yo, Yo.
Certain letters in Classes 2 and 3 have the same consonant sounds. We'll refer to a word as Class 1, Class 2, or Class 3, depending on its beginning letter. Now you're ready to use the tone chart. To see how it works, let's compare the Thai words for crow and leg. We'll ask each of the questions we just studied. Are either of these words marked? No, neither one has a tone mark. They're both unmarked. Are they open or closed? Neither one ends in a final stopped sound, so they are both open. Finally, to which class does each initial letter belong? Well, for crow, the first letter belongs to Class 1. The square on the chart shows that Class 1, unmarked, open, gives the word a mid-tone.
Ka, Ka.
Leg, on the other hand, starts with a Class 2 letter. The appropriate square here shows a rising tone. This means the word has a rising tone simply by virtue of its Class 2 initial consonant. No other marking is required.
Ka, Ka.
Now we look at the Thai word for thatch grass. This is still used for roofing in rural Thailand. The important features of this word are unmarked, open, beginning with class 3 letter. The chart gives mid-tone for this square. Let's compare the 3 words we've just studied.
กาขาคากาขาคา
Now consider the words I and to throw. How does the chart assign tone for these words? Both are unmarked and open, and they both start with class 1 letters. This combination of features is the same as for ga, crow, so the tone chart again shows mid-tone. Compare ba, to throw, and bark, mouth.
ปาปากปาปาก
You've just seen that ba, to throw, is mid-tone. What then is the tone for bark, mouth? It's unmarked, but is it open or closed? The word ends with the final K sound. This means it's closed. To find the tone, you'll need the column labelled closed and the row labelled class 1, since the initial letter, bo, is in class 1. You can see that this combination gives low tone.
ปากปาก
Closed class 2 words are also low tone.
ผักถูกฉีก
Closed class 3 words require an extra question. Is the vowel long or short? If long, the tone is falling. If short, the tone is high, as you can see on the chart. This is the only case where vowel length makes a difference. Let's compare some unmarked words beginning with the class 3 letter more.
มามากมัก
The first word ma, to come, is open, therefore mid-tone. The next word mark, very much, is closed with a long vowel, therefore falling tone. The last word mak, usually, is closed with a short vowel, therefore high tone. You can see and hear clearly the contrasts we've studied with these sets of words.
ปาผาพาตากถากทากตักถักทักปาผาพาตากถากทากทัก
Remember that words ending in a short vowel have an automatic glottal stop ending them, so they're considered closed.
แกะแพะ
Now we'll move on to the marked words and look at the major tone marks. My egg, my toe. You can see from the chart that these mark 3 different tones depending on the class of the initial consonant. For my egg, notice that the rules are similar to those you just studied for closed words. That is, class 1 and class 2 words with my egg take low tone. Class 3 words with my egg take falling tone. Here are some examples.
ตอทอท่อ
For my to, class 1 and class 2 take falling tone, while Class 3 takes high tone.
ป้า ฟ้า ฟ้า
As we saw earlier, certain pairs of letters in Class 2 and Class 3 have the same consonant sound. Also, the falling tone can be marked in two different ways. This means that in some cases, two different spellings will have the same sound. Sometimes there may be two different homonyms or words spelt differently but sounding alike.
ท่า ท่า
In any case, for these falling tone items, you'll need to remember which of two possible ways they should be spelt. You may have noticed that in all of the examples so far, marked words have also been open. This is the normal case. The only time a tone mark should be added to a closed word is when you want to override the word's tone as given by the rules for unmarked closed. For example, the polite final particle for women has two forms. One form, ka, for questions, is high tone, following the normal rules for unmarked closed. The other form, ka, for statements, uses a my egg to change the tone to falling. The two remaining tone markers are used for special purposes, such as for loan words from Chinese or English, or for exclamations, nicknames, slang words, and so on. Also, they're restricted almost entirely to Class 1 words. Maitri always marks a high tone, and Maitchatwa a rising one.
โต๊ะ แจ๋ว
This completes your introduction to the tone chart. We'll revise now by looking at examples illustrating the different conditions under which each tone can occur.
Ka, Ka, Pak, Pa, Pak, Pa, Pa, Tha, Tha, Thak, Toh, Ma, Mak, Chéo, Khá,
The chart you've studied summarizes the basic principles of how to represent tone for any word in Thai. To master the complete system, you'll need to study a few additional points. We'll mention 8 of these extra items now. Item 1. In the examples you've just seen, the most frequent or primary consonants have been used. Here are the rest, which we'll call secondary. You can see that for each secondary consonant, there is a corresponding primary one. A secondary consonant has exactly the same sound as its primary counterpart and behaves just the same way as far as the tone chart is concerned. Incidentally, if you want to name a secondary letter, be sure to use its identifying object to distinguish it.
To, To Tau, To, To Patak, Do, Do Dek, Do, Do Chada, ถอถอถุงถอถอฐานสอสอเสือสอสอศาลาสอสอบอฤาษีพอพอพานพอพอสำเภาทอทอทหารทอทอธงทอทอผู้เฒ่าทอทอมนโทชอชอช้างชอชอเชอคอคอควายคอคอระฆังนอนอหนูนอนอเนนยอยอยักษ์ยอยอหญิงลอลอลิงลอลอจุฬา
Item 2. You'll recall that the Thai sound system allows only these 9 final consonant sounds. Because of sound changes and borrowing patterns, the written language permits many more final consonant letters to appear. However, they must be pronounced in accordance with the sound system. This means that a single final sound may be represented by several different final letters.
เลขบาทอาหารน้ำตาล
This is especially so for closed words. In fact, in the case of words with closing sounds transcribed as final T or final P, the most frequent spellings are not the ones you'd expect from the transcription.
8 10
Item 3. If a word begins with a consonant cluster, the class of the first letter is what decides the tone. On the other hand, if there's a tone mark, it comes over the second letter.
ปลาใกล้
Item 4. There's one important deficiency in the tone chart. If a word begins with one of these class 3 letters and has a low or rising tone, the chart does not show any way to write it. To remedy this, a silent ho is written before these letters, and this effectively creates a class 2 letter. Then the normal class 2 rules are followed, and this results in rising tone and low tone items like these.
หมาหนูแหวนหมีมีหมาก
Now sometimes falling tone items are created in the same way, even though the sounds could be represented more directly. There may be class 2, class 3 homonym pairs, similar to the pairs we saw earlier.
หม้อย่าย่าไม่ไม่
A final note, the silent ho, called honam in Thai, is the usual way to convert consonants. But there are 4 exceptional low-tone words which are spelled instead with a silent o.
ยายางยูอยาก
Item 5. Now we'll turn to words of more than one syllable. In general, Each full syllable of a word is treated separately and assigned an individual tone by the rules.
โรงเรียนโรงเรียน
For many two-syllable words, though, the first syllable is light and has an unwritten vowel. In this case, the unwritten vowel is realized as a short ah sound. Recall that otherwise, an unwritten vowel is pronounced as short o.
ทหาร
The tone of these first light syllables will be considered mid. The tone of the second syllables will usually follow the tone rules on the chart.
ทหาร
There's a special case, however. If we have a two-syllable word and the second consonant is one of the set that takes ho-nam, then the tone jumping rule operates. You can think of it this way. The influence of the first consonant jumps over the second one, so that the class of the first consonant affects the tone of the second syllable rather than the first.
สนามสนุกตลาด
Item 6. Most words of 3 or more syllables can be accounted for by putting together the principles we've seen above. In a few 3-syllable words, the second consonant has a double function. It acts both as the final consonant of the first syllable and as the beginning consonant of the second syllable, which is a light one with a short ah. Use the tone rules separately for each syllable.
วิทยุผลไม้
Item 7. Some syllables are written as though rising tone, but actually they have 2 pronunciations. There is a careful spelling pronunciation with rising tone.
หนังสือ
And there is a high tone pronunciation used in faster natural speech.
หนังสือ
Pronouns and particles are often in this category.
เขาเขาฉันฉันไหมไหมหรือ
This completes the section on tone rules. Using the tone chart and keeping in mind the additional items we've just studied, you'll be able to account for the tones of about 99% of the words written in Thai script.
กกอไก่ขอไข่ขอขวดคอควายคอคนคอระฆังงองูจอจานฉอชิงชอช้างซอโซ่ชอกระเชอยหญิงดอชดาตอประตักถอฐานทอมนโททอผู้เฒ่านเนนดอเด็กตอเต่าถอถุง อทหารทอธงนหนูบใบไม้ปปลาผอพึ่งฝอฝาพอพานฟอฟันพอสำเภามม้ายยักษ์รอเรือลอลิงวแหวนสศาลาสเรือสีสเสือหอหีบรอจุฬาอ่างหอนกฮูกสระอาสระอาอิสระอีสระอีสระสระอุสระอูสระอูสระเอสระแอสระแอสระโอสระโอสระโอสระอสระอัวสระอัวสระอัวเอียสระเอียสระเอียสระสระสระสระสระไอสระไอไม่ม้วนสระไอไม่มาลายเอาสระเอารือไม่เอกไม่โทไม้ตรีไม้จัตวาไม้ยมกอัสเจรีปยาน้อย ไม้ไต่คูทันตคาต1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0